Okay, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be doing a review of the Sony SRS-XV900. I think this is a relatively new speaker. Well, I've just got my hands on it obviously. Kind of like a competitor to the JBL Party Box 710, I would say. So I may do a comparison on that in the future. But yeah, it's quite striking actually. I quite like it. You've got obviously the lights, kind of like an underglow going on at the bottom, and then lights around the front and back handle effectively. You've got four, technically maybe six tweeters, two at the top, two coming out the side, two at the front, two normal drivers and a sub, with obviously the sub port at the bottom there. And yeah, this produces some nice sound, but also it's quite surprising in many ways. First off, we've got a cool touchscreen going on at the top here. You can choose the colour of your lights. I like to have them on multicolour, but you can also have, you've got your base mode. It's also got an optical port and can be used as a sound booster for the TV, so almost like a sub for the TV, to be honest, which is quite cool. We've then got those two tweeters on the side I was talking about, the speakers in there, and there are speakers at the top here. Not really sure what they're actually doing, if I'm honest, but quite cool to have that extra kind of sound. At the back, you'll notice, firstly, no cables. This is this has a battery in it with 25 hours of battery life, according to Sony, which is very impressive. We've got little wheels at the bottom there to help us with maneuverability, and some like guitar and mic inputs. I know it's quite hard to capture that at the moment with the light, but yeah, USB input as well, and some volume knobs for that. But yeah, this having a battery did quite surprise me when I saw the size of it and the specs, because most of them don't at this side. So that does give it something obviously already immediately up above on the 710, because the 710 has to be plugged in. The lights aren't maybe as childish as the 710 and the part like the JBL equivalents, but that's quite nice in a way actually. Especially with these multicolour light settings. You've got sometimes where the lights are different, you'll see in a minute, but sometimes the lights are different colours at top and bottom, and you'll have like a wave of light going around the top. So it's honestly really nice. And you're getting, I kind of thought the lights would be a bit weak, because obviously on the XP900, which I've had before, I really didn't like them very much. But this is a different story. Before we go ahead with anything else, I will play Everything by Diamond Eyes at 80% volume, so enjoy.
I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare, 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the water sea. You meant the world to me.
Okay, very loud to be honest. My ears are in pain after that, but a very nice loud. You've got a lot of bass going on, the volume's loud, and yeah, the lights look really good when they're in action. There's really not much to complain about here. I'm quite a big fan. As far as the speaker sizes go, we've got front tweeters are about 50 millimeters, side tweeters are 40 millimeters, and the rear tweeters are 40 as well. I assume that's the ones on the top. The mid-range speakers are 120 millimeters, and the woofer is 320 millimeters. So, yeah, obviously a nice range of speakers there, and effectively 9 in here. And yeah, it's going to give you a nice frequency range as well. It's 26.6 kilos, and normally, no, you wouldn't care. But as this has wheels and it's got a battery, you may actually consider taking this out. So it's something to consider, that obviously it's big and it's heavy. Yeah, it's not going to be. It's 880 millimeters high, 88 centimeters, obviously, for people who want to actually understand what that means. So yeah, it's a tool, and it's heavy, and it's not going to be the most portable thing, but with the battery and the wheels, it's up on a lot of competitors, if I'm honest. The frequency range is 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz, which isn't the best on the market. The JBLs obviously shoot that out of the sky, but for a big party box type speaker that normally struggle with that a little bit more, that is very good, and probably does top the party box 710, if I'm honest. Again, we've got that 25-hour battery life, from the internal battery, and yeah, it's, well, I mean, you can speak for yourself after, as you've heard the sound test, but I think it's a very nice sounding speaker. I like the lights, I like the screen, I like the different speakers going on that give you a really nice overall sound. And yeah, I think I prefer it to the 710. Actually, it's a breath of fresh air almost, in a way, because the lights are just so different, and the speaker itself is a different shape to anything that you normally see, and the screen on top is quite cool. Just makes it look a little bit more futuristic. It makes it look like you're getting a bit more bang for your buck, if you see what I mean. And whether you're going to take it outside and use the battery or not, it is actually quite nice to have it there. I found myself, I know it's a bit different when I'm testing it, but I found myself moving it upstairs, moving it into the kitchen, moving it in here, to kind of test it in different rooms, but also to show different people and stuff like that, and to put it where I'm spending the most time, so I can properly test this thing. But I found that obviously with the 710 and especially the 1000, it was really, really heavy. Obviously, so is this. But when you get up there, you also have to go and grab your cable, plug it in, do all that. So actually having the battery is quite nice. And it does just give you a little bit more flexibility where it can be. It doesn't necessarily have to be next to an outlet at all times. So yeah, quite nice. You've got a stand in the top there as well for your phone or tablet or whatever's playing the music. So they have thought about pretty much everything here, to be honest. And I really like the addition of the side tweeters, obviously the one on each side. Because it just gives it almost a 360, well, maybe 180 degree sound, if you know what I mean. Whereas normally it would be a bit narrower than that. So I really like it. If you've got any other comments or anything like that, or anything I've forgotten to say, pop them down in the comments, and I will get back to you.